welcome back. If you're new here, please don't forget to watch the videos. If you find the videos so helpful, don't forget to share and to subscribe. So in today's video, we're going to talk about the C1D visa. What are the requirements and how to answer the questions when you go to the embassy. Enjoy! Button. So today we're going to do a very quick and short video. Somebody sent a message, not one, not two, not three people, more than 3 people have been sending me messages to talk about this, but now finally I got the time to do it. So somebody was asking about C1D visa. Okay, first things first, you need to know what is a C1D visa. Yeah, this C1D visa is a visa only for the seamans, those who are coming to the ships. If you're joining the ship, the requirement visa that you need to have, especially if you're joining in the US, is C1D visa. So as we were saying, C1D visa allows you to stay in the US at least only 24 hours. That is the time that if you're joining the ship, like tomorrow, you can stay today and join the ship tomorrow as the ship will be leaving. Then after you're in the ship, of course, by all means, you will be coming back to the US. That is a different case. So C1D visa, many times they give you for 1 year or 5 years. But nowadays they're giving 5 years. So if you get a C1D visa 5 years, it means you can be joining the ship every time you're going from your country to the US. You don't need to apply again for another visa. Okay? So the most common questions that they ask about C1D visa. Number one, of course, you're going to apply for it. You applied for a job, you got it, you're joining the ship in somewhere in the US, you need a US visa, which is the C1D. So they will ask you, what kind of job are you going to do there? So the secret to these visas or embassy interviews, go straight to the point. Yeah, don't start saying the history of your life. Go straight. Which job are you going to do there? Okay, I'm going to this place as an assistant waiter, blah blah blah, something like that. Short and sweet. Question 2 that most of the time they tend to ask, doesn't matter that doesn't mean they will ask you the questions the way they are going. Sometimes they get to ask you 2-3 questions and that's it. But so I'm just giving you a heads up of what they will ask you. Okay. Number 2, they will ask you, why do you want to join the ship? Why do you want to work in the ship? You can have so many reasons. I want to work in the ship to have a different experience, to grow in your career, to see the world. Why not? You can always also say you want to see the world, but don't make seeing the world be the first reason why you want to work in the ship. Of course, you want to work in the ship, of course, to grow financially also. So if I'm you, I will say, of course, I want to grow financially. I want to see the world. That will be my answer. Then, number 3, they might ask you, what is the itinerary of the ship? Where will you be going? After joining the ship in the US, where will you go next? So just before you go to the embassy, always check the itinerary of your ship. And then when they ask you, you know already, okay, I will be joining the ship in the US. From there, we will go to St. Martin, we go to Bermuda, we will go to Cozumel, Mexico, or Mexico, whichever way you call it, okay? Then they will ask you, what have you been doing? So if you've been working, just say, I've been working in such and such a place. Simple. No more, no less. Okay, then they will ask you something like, what will you do after your contract? Do you know why they ask you that question? Because they want to see if you want to stay in the US. Because these people are smart. So don't tell them, oh, after my contract, I want to go back and visit the US. That one is a wrong answer. What will you do after your contract? Well, after my contract, I will go back to my country, which is I will come back home since I have my family here and I can't imagine staying away from my family for that long. The first thing I want to do is to just go back home and spend time with my family. Simple and period. And then what will they ask again? Have you ever wanted to visit the US? Tricky question. If you go to the US embassy and they ask you, have you ever wanted to visit US? Say Well, that has never crossed my mind. Even if you've ever wanted to visit US, tell them, well, visiting US has never crossed my mind. But of course, if an opportunity comes that I will be joining the ship at the same time touring the world, seeing all the countries including US, why not? When I get the chance to go outside, I can always go to see these places, but it has never crossed my mind. Period. Don't make them feel like you want to go to the US, because this cancellate, they are so smart. Yes, then this one is a very tricky question, and they always tend to ask. They will ask you, do you have any relatives in the US? Many people tend to go wrong in this question. Reason being, they are trying to be honest in the embassy. Oh, I have my cousin, I have my sister. No. Do you have any cousin or any relative in the US? Well, now, no one that I know of. Even if you know, don't say also like, no, I don't have. No, I don't have. They will think you are still cooking the answer. Well, as far as I'm concerned, this is not going to be my answer. Well, as far as I'm concerned, none that I know of, even if I had relatives, but from my side, there's none of my relatives that I know is living in the US. Period. Then, okay, they will ask you, that's what I already did, the duration of your contract. Of course, this, I'm going to make it just short, and mostly because of the questions they always ask. So they ask you the duration of your contract. Of course, many people, some they have 3 months, 4 months, 6 months. So always tell them the duration of your contract as per your letter of employment, which whenever you're going to the embassy, you need to carry your letter of employment. They can see, but still, whenever they ask you, you need to answer the questions as per how they're asking you. So before I finish the video, the questions, I've done them, plus the documents that you need to carry. The US passport photo size, they will ask you for this. So better to carry it with you. When you go, you have your documents all straight up. You don't need to go up and down. Passport photo, US size, and letter of employment. If there's any other necessary documents that the company will send you, you also need to carry those ones and go with them. If you have like 2 passports, one already expired and the other one is still like a new one, always carry your old passport that has all the visas and all the stamps from other countries. That is always a plus. Why? They can see you already travel, you've gone to other countries, so you don't have any intention of going to live outside your country. Okay? And then another thing, the way you can know they will give you a visa, if you go and they give you, there's always a green paper. Whenever they give you this green paper, for sure they give you the visa. If they give you the pink one is like they've denied you the visa, sister. So if they denied you the visa, still don't give up, don't lose hope, keep on applying and try again next time. For sure, maybe there's a question maybe you might have not answered well. So if you're watching this video and they've denied you the visa once, maybe this video might be helpful for you. Therefore, don't forget to hit the share button,